This is a unit of WMATCO 4x4, 4x5, and 4x6. In the load, we'll be grading standard and better, utility, and economy. The 2x6, of course, will be graded at 2 and betters. This is heat treated, not specified to be under 19, but we did target at 19, so there should be boards that are under 19 and boards that are over 19, but it is heat treated for beetle and bark problems. This board here has shallow wane out in the middle. That wane will surface off. The one on the end's a little deeper. We will probably take a 2-foot trim to alleviate that, but that board will grade standard and better when processed. Standard and better wane. Standard better. Standard and better. This board contains a little blue stain, but we'll grade standard and better, no problem. Standard and better. This board contains wane. Most of the wane is standard and better wane. We may have to trim 4 foot to alleviate a manufacturing defect. This board contains decay and it will contain a manufacturing defect. This board would go into a utility after surfacing. Standard and better with wane. Board contains shallow wane, which should surface off to standard and better when surfaced. This piece is a piece of 4x6 graded under 2 and better. It would be a piece of #1 structural. Nice piece of standard and better. Another standard and better, beautiful board. Standard and better. Contains wane, but it is standard and better wane. Standard and better. Board's a little larger knots, but the knots aren't taking out over 57%, so it's still grade standard and better. Standard and better has dark pitch, but no defect. Standard and better with a large pitch pocket, but fine for standard and better. Standard and better. Standard and better weighing on the end. Standard and better. Standard and better weighing. Another piece of 4x6, nice select structural type 4x6. Standard better with some crook, but still within the range of a standard better. Standard better Wayne has some blue stain, but no defect for standard better. This board has shallow wane the entire length of the board. We'll have to trim 2 foot on the near end, but the remainder of that should surface off to a standard better. It's very shallow. This piece has some crook on the other end, which will justify a 4 foot trim, and the remaining 12 foot will go into a standard better. This piece of lumber has a wane dip in the middle, which would go into a utility grade, or we could trim short pieces, but the 16 foot utility is better. This board has wane. The other end has a deeper wane, which will require a 2 foot trim. This board has a manufacturing mar on the other end for 4 feet. We would trim this board back to a 12 footer to get a standard better. Same with this piece of wood here. It has a manufacturing defect on the far end for 4 feet. We would trim 4 feet. The remainder of the board would grade standard better. This piece of wood standard better. Wane on the ends of the piece, surfacing should surface back to a standard better. Nice piece of standard better. Board contains blue stain, wood grade standard better. Board contains wane that looks to be a little deeper than what we'd be allowed to surface off. We would probably take a 6 foot trim and make this a 10 foot board, standard better in the remainder. Standard better. Standard better. Standard better. Standard better. Standard better. board has shallow wane, 7 foot up on the piece. It should surface off to where we still have a standard embedder. This piece of wood is standard embedder. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Manufacturing bar in the center of the board, but it's still a standard embedder. This piece of lumber's got wane a little deeper than what would be allowed in standard embedder, grade utility. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. This is a piece of 4x5. Be graded 2 and better. Piece number 2. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Standard embedder. Another piece of 4x6, graded in number 2. Standard embedder. 4x6, number 2. Wane right on the end. Might require a 2-foot trim. It could surface out. Standard embedder. 4x6, number 1. 4x4 standard embedder. 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 4x6 with some white speck in it, but perfectly legal for a number 2 structure.